Yes or
Why
no?
not?
You don't ask me. Don't say Mensa, give me
Did
my
you carry the bread? Yes
I will not
or
answer.
no?
You don't answer for
I will
what?
not answer because you are not polite at first. I will not fucking answer you. I will not fucking answer you because you don't have sense. If you have, you don't have.
Only three of us inside the kitchen. The kitchen.
In this fight, Keybobo was wrong. I do not understand why Isabella even decided to insert herself in the drama. Kaikumi caused the fight. Those are my first words. And I will also discuss how the housemates are enablers of certain things when they happen to people that they don't like. They do it to Ivata a lot. They do it to Mensa a lot as well. They also do it to Imisi too. I'll get to all of that. But first off, thank you so much for coming on the channel. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. And also, if at any point in the video you have an opinion to share, please don't be shy, share it in the comment section. Now, let us talk about the drama between Keybobo and Mensa. Keybobo and his girlfriend, Isabella, yes, they don't enter ship. Now, why should they go fight we no concern her? We're in the kitchen, Mensa as well, they were trying to make food. So, they decided to ration bread. I mean, like, food is always an issue in the house anyway. So, people have their own portions of bread. And when Keybobo wanted to eat his own, he couldn't find it. So, he went to Mensa. That is where the whole problem started. So he goes to Mensa, and instead of asking Mensa, Mensa, did you see my bread? Or did you keep my bread? You go and meet him, and your question suggests that Mensa took your bread and you are demanding that he brings it back. That was the issue. Yes, that was like that was mainly what started the drama. So Mensa decided not to answer him because his tone and the way that he framed his words were disrespectful and suggested that Mensa took his bread. See, if you already do not have, even if you have certain level of acrimony towards this person, because I don't get trouble before, right? It's fine. It is actually okay. You don't maybe rate the person, or you have certain reservations about the person, or outrightly you don't like the person. That's okay. But it is not okay to suggest that they stole something from you when you have no evidence. Do you get? And it was not even like, you remember when last season where Chinwe saw her gold stuff in Nelly's Nelly's clothes or Nelly's suitcase, or be dressing drawer or something. It was not even a case like that. Do you get? It was, you are not seeing the item. This person was with you in the space. Isabella was also there. Why didn't you ask Isabella as well? You go straight to this person and then you demand that they return it, because somehow your statement just flatly says they took it. It's not a question. It is a demand and an accusation at the same time. That was why Mensa decided that he was not going to answer. First off, because his tone was not something that was making inquiry. It was a demand and it was disrespectful. So he says he's not going to answer, which he has every right not to answer. Because if you are being condescending or disrespectful towards me, it is even a sign of self-respect that I don't even respond to you. That now got Keybobo off the roof. Somehow he feels that he also deserves an answer when he makes demands on Mensa. What he does not know is that Mensa was not the one that took the bread. But before we even get to the part where I talk about the fact that it was Kaikumi who actually did it, you guys already saw it. Let's speak to the fact that victory came to him and told him. Now, before Victory came to him to tell him that Mensa was not the person who took the bread and that the particular bread with Mensa is not his own, Rude Boy had already started going off on Mensa. Why? Because he heard that it was only 3 of them in the kitchen. So how can it be ever possible that Mensa was not the one who took it? So the housemates had already zeroed their mind that Mensa must have been the culprit. You saw how Rude Boy was going off on Mensa. Yeah, until Victory came to Rude Boy to tell him that the particular bread in Mensa's hand is not his bread. Shockingly, Keybobo says, yes, he knows that the bread in Mensa's hand is not his own. Now, like I said, the housemates had already, at least a lot of people down there. And it is the reason why nobody said anything. They literally didn't say anything. Nobody was supporting Mensa in any way. Nobody gave Mensa the benefit of the doubt. I don't really know how Mensa lives his life in that house. Because for you to be having issues with someone and literally nobody at all. Anyways, so at that instance, before Victory went to say that Rude Boy had already gone off on Mensa, until Victory went to tell him, and he went with Victory as well. So he now realized that, hey, Keybobo knows exactly what he's doing. He's not actually demanding for bread or saying that the bread Mensa is eating is the one that belongs to him. That was when Rude Boy now realized that he was even working with the wrong premise. Okay, fine. And yet you are still willing to run with the narrative that even though the bread Mensa is eating is not Keybobo's bread, somehow Mensa is responsible for hiding or stealing or thieving or whatever the bread that belongs to Keybobo. Camera follows Kayikumi up. Now, all this while, Kayikumi has been lurking around with that, I don't know if that's a bandana or a head wrap or whatever. Goes up and goes to hide something. At that instance, we didn't really see it as bread because the angles that he was going, his body was shielding the camera from showing us exactly what he eat. So he hides it, but while he's doing that, you can hear the ruffling of the paper. So he kind of suggests, at the time my sister was like, Kayikumi is the person, he's hiding something, and the way that the camera followed him as well. Now, before this time, Keybobo had been ringing the diary room bell. He wants to have footage. He's endlessly. It was already becoming annoying, the noise at this point. So he will ring, go back and fight, ring, go back and fight, and all of that. Kayikumi hides whatever it is that he wants to hide, which turned out to be bread, and goes back downstairs and keeps observing whatever it is that is happening, right? And then there is next the explanations that happens, and of course it's Isabella going off on Mensa as well, that it was just the 2 of them. So to them it is impossible that someone else while they were there could have sneaked into the kitchen to carry the bread. In their world, that is totally impossible. It is out of the question, but somehow Kayikumi did it. Fast forward to a couple, moments later, and camera shows us the bread lying there. Now, Mensa is explaining what happened to Thelma, because I think she asked him or whatever, and he's explaining it to her. After he's done explaining, she and Sabrina were there talking about the stuff, and Sabrina was like, actually, Mensa is correct. Keybobo is just accusing him wrongly. They know that the bread is there. The bread that's, I don't know if that's the same bread that Kayikumi went to hide, but they saw the bread. They didn't say anything. They went downstairs. Do you get and the whole drama is still going on. And I'm like, if you see bread, what stops you from taking the bread downstairs to say, we saw this bread upstairs by the luggages. So could this be the bread that is causing the drama, or does this bread belong to someone else? No, they don't do that. They just went downstairs. Another thing also that I want to talk about is how fast Keybobo is with dragging family and upbringing and parents into drama that involves him and any other housemate. The first time too, he did the same thing. Second time, he was the one that started they no train you well for house. He almost mentioned the papa, then somehow he held himself back and started doing whatever else. But the truth is, he started insulting. When someone insults your upbringing, they are invariably insulting your parents. And then Mensa also started following his lead as well. I don't have any problem with housemates fighting or having issues. I mean, it's part of the game. Dramas are expected, all right? But you can't be too quick to start dragging people's families, insulting people's parents. They are not your mates. They are not in the house with you. You can get your point across. You can insult the person. To get like, you can insult them, like whatever else that you can be condescending, whatever it is that you can do. I take an exception to housemates insulting, especially, I don't like body shaming, but at least it's the housemate, right? I don't like insulting people when it comes to things that they have no control over, right? Maybe like skin condition or health condition and stuff like that. Body shaming too, I don't like it. But you see that insulting people's family members, especially their parents, I think that's probably the most gutter behavior that any housemate can exhibit in the house. It's just terrible. I think it comes only second to physical harm. And I don't like it. Like, it's just, it shows that you yourself were not raised well. If you are the type of person that will jump first to insulting a person's parents or a person's background or family, it says a lot about you that is throwing the insults. It is like you are pointing one finger at someone and the rest of the four are pointing back right at you. Keybobo was wrong and he knew exactly what he was doing. It is appalling that the housemates would take sides, even though, like, this is so glaring. If you are objective, you will realize that Keybobo was in the wrong. Yes, because the three of them were in the kitchen, it is okay for you to suspect, right? But you have no evidence. So go politely and ask. Somehow you insult the person, you accuse the person, and then you insult them some more for respecting themselves enough not to answer you. Mensa did not lash out, you know. Other people would have lashed out at the accusation and at the condescending or disrespectful tone. Mensa just said he will not respond. That was even like probably the most respectful thing to do, right? Especially if the person has self-esteem. Maybe the person does not have self-esteem, they will go ahead and answer you. But someone like